Good morning. Currently a little bit before 7 a.m. and I will do a lactate threshold test today at activities here in Stockholm. My first lab test ever. I'm a little bit early today. I have my appointment at 7:30 at Regeringsgatan here in Stockholm. I woke up really early today. I woke up around 3 a.m. I don't know why, so I'm a little bit tired. I can't eat anything. I can't drink coffee or take nicotine 2 hours before. So we just sit here and wait until I can get to their facilities and see if I can take my camera with me and do some filming while I'm doing the tests. But let's head to their facilities and I will go through why I'm doing this lactate threshold test today. 10 days out from my marathon. So before I head up to the testing center, I'll be running this in my Vaporfly Next Percent 2s. This one was the cleanest one I had home, and they perform well. I really like the Nike Vaporfly 2s. I have another pair that I have almost ran 500 kilometers in, so I know they are good. Okay, so you might wonder why I'm doing this 10 days before my marathon. It's because I want to know where my zones is. I've been running for 3 years now and I've been doing threshold tests by my watches, course watches, Garmin watches. And now I finally want to know where my real zones is with a real lactate threshold test done in a lab. My marathon, which I will be running in 10 days, is not the A race. It's just a fun challenge I want to do to try to see if I can do it without training specifically for this marathon. Let's head up and see if I can get changed and do my testing. And I will also ask them if I can do a body measurement. I think they have a DEXA scan here. I forgot to order it when I ordered the lab test for the threshold. So I'll ask them if I can do it today as well. Would be really nice. I predict that I have around 17% of body fat, but let's see. Hopefully it's less than that, but yeah, around 17-18% is my prediction. Okay, I've changed now into running gear. I will leave my camera in here and we will go over the test afterwards. Okay, I'm back home again, back from my threshold test. This day has felt so long because I woke up so early today, 3 a.m. But I'm finally home. I have done my threshold test. I have done my work day. So it's time to analyze the result from the lab test today. I didn't bring the camera into the test today because this was the first time and I don't know if they want me to film it. But basically, you start off with a 10-minute warm-up. You go over the steps and what they are going to test. I started to run at 6 minutes per kilometer, and every 4th minute they took the blood test from my finger, and then after 4 minutes I was running faster, 5:30. 4 minutes, take a blood test. Then at 5 minutes per kilometer, 4:37, 4:20, and the last I did was 4 minutes per kilometer. I could have been done one more, but we didn't want to risk it. We ended it after the 4 minute at 4 minutes per kilometer pace. It was a really fun experience and I'm really surprised about the results from this test. Basically, I have been running my easy runs at around 5:30 to 6 minutes per kilometer at around 140 beats per minute, which was right in between at my easy pace that I got from the result as well. But let's go over it from the computer and see the rest of the stats from this testing. Okay, like you can see here in the graph, the first 4 minutes was at 10 kilometers per hour, which is 6 minutes per kilometer in pace. You can see the green line down there. My resting lactate was 1.1, and you can see it stood really steady up until level 14, where the lactate started to increase a little bit, and when I reached 15 kilometers per hour, it really picked off. And that's the point where the lactate is building in my body, and it's getting harder and harder to keep on running. But basically, I have a good endurance. I can hold on to different paces for a longer time, and maybe a little bit worse on the VO2 max stuff. But that's not strange, because the past year I've done a lot of easy running, around 140 beats per minute, and my threshold runs has been around 4 minutes and 35 minutes per kilometer. A little bit easier than the results shows, because if you're gonna take a look on the aerobic threshold, my pace should be around 5:10 per kilometer and 152 beats per minute. And the LT2, the lactate threshold 2, should be around 4:15 per kilometer. The max BPM on that range is 178. So most of my threshold runs have been around 160 beats per minute at 4:35 pace. So I haven't maximized my threshold runs enough to maybe take the next step and being even faster and better on my runs. That's the great thing with this one, to see, okay, I'm maybe a little bit afraid to push myself in my runs. So now on, after my marathon, I will to start implement a little bit harder lactate threshold runs. I will probably start at a little bit lower volumes in the beginning and build up longer and longer threshold runs. It was a really fun test. I learned much about my body, and I would really recommend, even if you're a newer runner, to do this test, because you learn a lot of stuff about how to implement this lab test into your running. I'm happy I did it, and I will probably do it after 6 months again to see if I have improved something in my running. Let's take a quick look on my heart rate zones, zone 1 to zone 5. My recovery run should be around or under 130 beats per minute. My zone 2, the easy runs, should be around 130 to 152 beats per minute, which I'm doing right now. I'm around 140, so that I did right in the beginning. And zone 3 is LT1, my marathon zone, roughly my marathon zone, 152 up to 170 beats per minute. In this zone 3 range, I should be able to hold in a longer time, say half marathon or marathon, but of course I still need to train longer efforts, build on volume before I can hold it in a longer time. And here comes my threshold zone, LT2, 170 to 178 beats per minute, and the pace should be around 4:17 per kilometer. So I've been running my thresholds a lot slower than this, so I will be trying to push myself a little bit more from now on. Okay, that's it, a short video today. It was really fun to do this test. Hope you enjoyed it as well. I'm no expert in this, but at least we got something from it. Hopefully you got something from it. It was really fun to try out, and I will probably do it again. Stay safe, see you in the next one.